Hey guys, Kyle with ICI. Today we're going to be installing our Tacoma front bumper. This bumper fits the older style Tacomas, the 2005 through 2015. There is a front grille change in between there. This bumper will fit both of them. This is a winch style bumper, so there is a separate winch carrier that gets installed, and then our aluminum bumper goes over that. The options on this bumper include mounts for multiple fog lights, as well as the RT bar that goes on the top of the bumper. That'll hold up to a 20-inch light bar. This is a relatively easy install, should only take you a couple hours, plus any wiring that you need to do for the lights or winch. Some pointers on this one: I recommend installing the lights after the bumper is on the vehicle. It'll allow getting to the brackets and the hardware a lot easier. You'll also need a second set of hands to set the bumper up on the truck initially after the winch carrier has been installed. Let's go ahead and show you guys how to do this install.
To begin the installation, start by disconnecting the negative side of the battery. Next, remove the grill. To do this, there are 2 screws and 2 plastic push pins in the top of the grill shell holding it to the core support. Once the screws and push pins have been removed, there are 2 additional clips in the lower corners of the grill. These will release by gently pulling on the grill vertically. Next, remove the bumper. The bumper is held on by 4 screws and 7 clips. These 4 screws are located inside the wheel wells, and the clips are located on top and bottom of the bumper. Remove all the screws and clips, and then gently pull outward, starting at the headlight on each side of the bumper. The bumper will release from underneath the headlight and be able to be removed from the vehicle. If your bumper is equipped with factory fog lights, go ahead and disconnect the fog lights by removing the wires from the back of each fog light. These are clipped in and should be held in with little retainers. Remove the fog lights by disconnecting the wires from the back of each fog light. Next, remove the front bumper reinforcement assembly. This assembly is bolted to a set of brackets that are bolted to the frame. Begin by removing the 3 bolts per side holding this reinforcement to the brackets. Once these bolts are removed, you'll be able to remove the brackets from the frame of the vehicle.
Because I think in our instructions we tell you.
Now, unbolt the tie-down hook from the passenger side of the frame. Also unbolt the crossmember extensions from both sides of the front crossmember. These extensions and tie-down hook will not be reused with the Alumilite installation. Once everything has been removed from the front of the vehicle, you can now reinstall the grille assembly. Once the factory grille has been reinstalled, we can now begin installing the Alumilite front bumper. Begin by installing the winch carrier to the frame of the truck. Remember, depending on which style winch you're installing, you may want to attach the winch to the winch carrier before installing the winch carrier to the truck, or you may be able to install the winch after the carrier has been attached to the truck. Using the provided washer plates for the outside studs and flat washers for the inside studs, loosely install the factory nuts to retain the winch carrier to the frame of the truck. Next, install the provided nut plates in the sides of the crossmember and attach the bottom of the winch carrier through the crossmember into these nut plates.
See this gap here? The option is taking some washers. You can stack them and slide them in and align everything.
Point to the
So normally you would mount your winch in here. Mounts to these mounting points here, which you can access from underneath. The other thing we want to do is check the stud location in the slot and see how this is loose. So get those kind of centered in there.
Once the winch carrier has been fitted, fully tighten the nuts as well as the lower crossmember attaching points. Another option while prepping the bumper is to install the RT light mount. The RT light mount bolts to the top of the bumper. This is an optional accessory that is included with the bumper. Now would be a good time to install the RT light mount if you desire to use it. Now you can install the mounting brackets to the bumper using the provided T-bolts and hardware. Do not fully tighten the brackets to the bumper, as you will need to adjust them on the vehicle.
That's this isolator, and then this bracket's gonna go there like that. Okay? And there. Rectito. And those two lock washers.
Once the brackets have been loose fit to the bumper, with help, attach the Alumilite bumper to the winch carrier. Use the provided T-bolts to attach the mounting brackets to the winch carrier. Once the bumper has been loose fit to the vehicle, you can now align the bumper to the truck however you desire. You can adjust the bumper up, down, side to side, and even rotate it on the vehicle to get the perfect fitment. Remember to leave a 1/4 inch gap between the bumper and the fenders, just so that no rubbing can occur through vibration. Once you are satisfied with the alignment, fully tighten all the hardware.
A lot easier to install without the lights in it. So
Look at that. It's like meant for your hands.
Once the Alumilite front bumper is fully tightened on the vehicle, you can now trim the inner wheel well liners using a razor blade or scissors. Trimming these is completely up to you. The cut doesn't need to be anything specific, just look well. Remember to trim enough that the fender well will not flap in the wind and get in contact with the tire. On this particular vehicle, we had to use some zip ties to attach the wheel well liners to the cross member and fender of the vehicle. This is due to some broken clips that do wear over time and potentially fail. Once the bumper is installed, you can now install and wire any additional lighting or winch accessories. Once that's complete, reconnect the negative side of your battery terminal, and your installation is now complete.
So So as you can see, we're finished. I hope your install went as easy as it did for us. Any wiring that you need to do, go ahead and finish that up. Any problems you run into, reach out to somebody, a professional, to help you wire. Lights, we do those after this bumper's been installed. Like I said, you'll notice it was a lot easier to put it on without the lights installed, so go ahead and finish those up. Also remember to periodically check the hardware on this, and we recommend retorquing every 500 to 1,000 miles. This will reduce any problems you have in the future. That's pretty much it. Go ahead and remember to check us out for any other products at ICIonline.com.